Good morning. My name is Kanishka. Welcome to Orchard Park Secondary School, home of the FRC Team 2056. If you have any questions throughout the day, please feel free to ask me. I would like to introduce our next speaker, Alice and Craig from Team 3161, presenting from pit to public how to manage external and internal relations.
Okay, hi guys. So today this is a very lighthearted presentation. We're just going to talk about, in general, how to make relationships and also just have fun with this.
Hello everybody, I'm Craig. I'm in grade 12. I'm a fourth year member of Team 3161. On the team, I lead media and marketing, and I also help out with awards, business, documentation, mechanical, and electrical.
And this is a shot of me taken at the exact same moment from a different angle. So that's me. I'm Alice. It's my 2.5th year on Team 3161. I am not initially from Canada, so yeah, I think FRC gave me like a second family. That's really sweet. And I am currently the outreach lead of Team 3161. Last year, I was the media marketing lead, and everything you see on social media, that was me.
So, who are the 3161 Strong Titans? Well, we have a Facebook profile, a pretty sweet website, and we invite teams to our shop whenever we're not busy, which is like once a year. We've never really had a presence here at 26 Ways to Inspire. I want to take some time to introduce the 3161 Strong Titans, a 15th year FRC team from Oakville, Ontario. By all accounts, 2024 was our best season ever. We won our first event, the Humber College event, got the Impact Award at the McMaster University event, won the Engineering Inspiration Award at the Provincial Championships, which helped to qualify us for the World Championships for the second year in a row. When we're not building robots, you might also know us from our Open Alliance Build thread, where we update everybody in the community on what our build progress is. Our control system posters, which with the help of the Thrifty Bot, we helped to donate over 700 rookie teams around the world. The Oakville FLL qualifying event that we've hosted for the past 13 years. And finally, you might have just seen one of our funny reels on one of our social media accounts.
All right, so here is what you can expect from this presentation. First of all, we're going to look at what exactly is public relations in the context of FIRST. Because you might have heard that term in business, corporations, but not FIRST. Yeah. And second, we're going to look at why it might concern you to build a strong and good public relations within and outside of FIRST. Next, we're going to look at how exactly, like what are some of the tips we have for you guys and what are some of the strategies you can take on to build a strong public relations. And then last but not least, we're going to do a little case study, or i.e. we're going to brag about our team's experience.
Right, so what exactly is public relations in the context of FRC?
So like I said, you might have heard the term in a lot of businesses, corporations, and by definition, public relations involves the methods and strategies used to control the flow of information about a person or organization to the public and the media. So things that might concern public relations include sharing key updates or events to make sure that the public knows what you're up to, highlighting team accomplishments to really get that good image out there, maintaining a very strong brand. That's also very important because it gives your team something unique that you can identify as. So, for example, our team, we pride ourselves on our branding. B3861B, that's our gold, and gold and black. And we have an entire branding page on our wiki listing all the fonts, all the type fonts, all the colors that we should use. And we also had an entire booklet back in 2023, which got a lot of interest. And then engaging with the community, that's also very important because you're trying to build a public image, public relationships. Obviously, you have to be engaging with the community. And then last but not least, sustaining sponsor and professional relationships.
Right, so what exactly are some examples of public relations in FRC? So Some examples might include stuff like just maintaining an active presence on various social media platforms, posting to Instagram on what your team's been doing at a competition, uploading YouTube videos of like what happened at events, posting to Facebook, posting live updates on Twitter, X, whatever. Engaging with the online FIRST community on stuff like Discord servers, like the unofficial Discord server or the Maple Kiddo server, having a presence on Chief Delphi, checking whatever's happening up on there, or joining Slack workspaces such as the FIRST Canada Support Slack. Additionally, in terms of joining stuff, joining FIRST groups such as the aforementioned Open Alliance or FIRST Like a Girl, reaching out to local teams in your community to collab on stuff like outreach, stuff like quick build things, just mentoring each other, helping each other out in general. And finally, attending team building events like the one that you guys are all at right now. So why exactly should we care about public relations?
Yeah, so before we start, can I just get everyone to scan this QR code? We're gonna do a quick Mentimeter activity. Yeah, team building, definitely. It does give your team a pretty unique, something to resonate with. For example, our social media. Our team prides ourselves on that. Reputation, community, student engagement, yeah. Recruitment, yeah, that's also a very big one. Support, we're gonna touch on that as well. Sponsorship attraction, that is also very important. Yeah, okay. Is anyone still inputting, or we're all done? Okay, let's move on. Okay, so now let's look at the benefits of having a good public relations. We've broken this down into two parts. First is measurable, and second is qualitative. So for measurable, it's more of like the hard achievements, and then we have the soft achievements. So beginning with the measurable achievements, obviously you're gonna get more publicity and popularity on social media or just in general. And then you're going to definitely have a better recruitment. You're going to get more members, and you're going to attract more sponsors because of your positive image. And last but not least, it's going to help you with awards. We kind of want to regard that as like a secondary purpose, right? But public relations really, really helped our team. So back in 2023, we got the Gracious Professionalism Award at the World Championship level, and that was huge, right? And the biggest reason why we got it is because of our activity on Open Alliance and sharing our documentation and team progress online. So that got us not only at the district level, provincial level, but in the end, we got to the world level. That's great. And then looking at the more qualitative achievements, you're definitely going to have an impact on local and global community. That's really important, especially if you're a team that has already been existing for a while. Of course, you want to not only do impact within your team, but also outside of your team. And by doing that, you're also inspiring other teams to do the same. And also building a good support system for your team. So by building the relationships with other teams, and parents and sponsors and other teams, you build a support system for your team. So for example, we had a little funny incident where all of our notes were severed. So we didn't have notes recently. and we were able to reach out to teams that are near us or people we know and get some notes. A good team culture. We did also see that on the Mentimeter activity, team building, right? Because for our team, after our social media blew up, it is kind of something that our team like identifies with, right? It is something that people pride themselves with for being on Team 3161. And building soft skills and making connections, that can go a long way. You don't know when these connections are gonna have an effect on you. And just in general, having more fun with FIRST by building relationships.
So now we know like what the benefits are. How exactly can we build good public relations in FRC?
Yeah, so we're gonna break this down into two parts. First is more on the digital side, right? We're gonna look at documentation and social presence. And then second is the more physical part where we're gonna look at outreach and other collaborations. So starting off with documentation and social presence, obviously you wanna get onto digital platforms like Instagram, YouTube. So our team is actually on 5 different social media platforms. And also newsletters. So our team started a newsletter initiative last summer where we aim to bridge the gap between the communication gap between mentors, sponsors, students, and parents. And public documentation, like we mentioned, we are an Open Alliance team, and in fact, we're actually the first Canadian Open Alliance team to exist. So that's really important. It's great to share your ideas because other teams can take that idea to help them if they're less experienced, which is what happened with some of our, for example, I think AMP design, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And team documentation. So documentation within the team that might be more like it might not apply to other people. So the more niche documentation, for example, our branding guidelines that are currently on our team wiki. And also, I want to point out that it is one thing to be on social media and another to be active on social media. So you want to be actively posting and not just going silent for 2 weeks once in a while. And also being active on other online communities, such as the Maple Kiddos Discord server. He's really active on that. And the First Canada Slack workspace. And I just want to go a little bit more in depth on social media. So a very, very big tip is following the trends because this is what mainstream media is like. And quoting from Craig, who said that in one of our reels, we're robotics kids. Of course, we follow the trends. So yeah, follow the trends. As you can see on the right, we do a lot of like mainstream like memes and stuff that really grabs people's attention regardless of their involvement in FIRST. And a really good exemplar of people who other teams who do this is Team 8324 from Florida, who posts a lot of FRC memes. I'm sure some of you guys have seen their memes online. I find them very funny, and they have like more than 4,000 followers online, so that's very impressive. Another even better exemplar is Team 3255, who blew up on social media with more than 40 million views on Instagram. And we can take a look at their reel that blew up. It's really short. Is the audio on?
Oh, there we go.
That's it. 40 million views. Boom. And they have 500K likes. So, and then their team has the most followers on social media for any FRC team. I think it's 20K or something, or 10K. Yeah. Anyways, the point is, you never know when you're going to blow up. So keep posting those funny reels and stuff. You don't know, one day it will just, the social media algorithm is just in your favor. One more thing I want to mention, I guess 2 things. First of all, you want to organize your social media page, make it aesthetic, right? So you can do story highlights like we did over here. That makes your page much more organized. We also got a lot of comments on how our social media page is well managed and also very organized. So that's important. The second tip is that for people who are managing social media here, if you have a Facebook page and an Instagram page, you can post them like together, like simultaneously, so you don't have to do it twice.
One thing I would like to add over back to the Super Nerds video, that video was filmed like the same day as kickoff, probably one take. It blew up 40 million views. A lot of people who saw the video have no idea what FRC is. So not only did it reach to like every single team in FIRST, people who might be teenagers who have no idea what FRC is, they see this in their recommendations of like, what is this? You know? So about a year ago, we started a documentation wiki on our website right here. Essentially, it aims to replace our cluttered Google Drive system because we found a lot of students had no idea we had one, or even if they knew that we had one, it wasn't that easy to access because it's not public facing. Additionally, even if we had like useful documentation on there, it's in a bunch of in 10 different file formats. Not all of them are easily accessible. Not all of them are editable. So if you want to update that file, we have to download it, recreate the file, upload it again, and that's how you end up with like 5 different files on like the team safety presentation. So basically, we made a documentation wiki. We use the software known as Bookstack, and as the name implies, it basically functions like a bookshelf. Categories are divided into books or chapters, and inside each book, there would be a page for each topic. So for example, you could have a book on like programming, electrical, design, media, whatever, and you could have different pages, like one of them could be control system basics, and that could go into both the programming, the electrical, and the design books because it's a relevant topic to all 3. So the biggest advantages that we found with Bookstack is that it's a central repository. It's publicly facing as well. So we can just tell people, oh, like if we're looking for this specific resource, you go to the wiki, search for it. That's the one and only result, and it'll always be up to date. Additionally, if you ever want to share resources such as old presentations that we present at conferences like this, we can just take the link, like the wiki page for it, which has both the video and the presentation, share it to whoever. And on the topic of sharing information with the community, as many of you guys probably know, we have been in the Open Alliance for the past couple of years. So as an Open Alliance member, we multiple times per week, we're posting to Discord and to Chief Delphi, basically what our prototyping progress has been. So stuff like, here's how our shooter's going. Here's how we designed our intake so it doesn't get stuck. Here's how we're tuning our custom vision solution to always have accurate shots. It's a free resource, and as Alex mentioned before, teams ended up at the championship. Teams ended up referencing our design. This one team who was in our same division, we played a match with them. They went up to us. They were like, "Hey, we had similar robots because they were also Open Alliance." They saw how effective our amp design was. They were able to put that on their robot, and they actually ended up doing really well as well at the championship because they were able to use our design to improve their robot.
And then now we go on to outreach, collaboration, and relationships. So first of all, networking. I know this is like, some people don't like this word, but I put this word because it kind of signifies the professional aspect of it. So you want to be networking with at events, for example, the Girls and Allies Youth Summit, which I've been there twice. You got to use these opportunities to network with potential sponsors or business leaders that you can collaborate with. And then next, collaborate. This is also really important. I'm a big fan of this. I love collaborating with other teams. Last year, I actually had the privilege of going to Geneva, Switzerland, CERN. I'm not sure if you've heard of it, but there was this particle physics camp, and there were 30 people from 28 different countries. And I found out that there were two more members who were part of an FRC team. So why not collaborate? So we decided to make this CERN engineer scientist interview video series, which amassed around 13K views online. And yeah, I just had a lot of fun with it. So collaborate. And my last point is just in general socialize. So when you go to events, competitions, anywhere, or even online socialize with other people, it is very, very important. Not only do you build long-lasting friendships, also as a foreign student, I find it very interesting to see all the diverse people in FIRST. It is absolutely amazing. And it's just great learning about other people who have the same interests as you. And it also does give you like a network to collaborate with when needed, right?
Right. So now we're going to go over that case study. We're just going to look at how public relations has affected and helped our team. So since we've revamped how we view public relations and social media on our team in the past few years, we've seen an explosion in growth on our pages. So in the past year, we've amassed over 1 million views online across all of our social media accounts and 4,000 followers across all accounts as well. Additionally, our infamous, daily prototyping series, where we kept on showing off how our shooter is changing every single day, how our intake is changing every step of the way until we got to the final robot. That blew up. Everybody, a lot of people know about it. I had people come up to me at like camps and be like, "Where's week 35 of the shooter progress?" Right? It's like people know us. Additionally, we've started doing event recaps for like past 6 years. Every single event we go to, we film a nice little cinematic video about what happened. And since last year, we've started a new monthly newsletter that we send out to parents, sponsors, mentors, students, whoever, fans that are interested in what we're doing. We just update them. This is like what we've been doing over the past month. This is our progress. This is what we'll be doing next month. This is what events we might be going to.
And we can take a look at our social media page just for fun. So for Reels, this is like one of the recently trending Reels. So we did that. And then the Go Left, I'm not sure if you guys know that. And then all of these that you're seeing on the page right now, they're our build season prototyping daily videos. So we started this initiative so that every single day while we're doing prototyping tests, we're going to film them and then edit them into one condensed video and post them so that people know the reasoning behind every single decision we make on our robot. And this one is the one that really blew up. It's very short, it's a meme. Here you go. Yeah, so basically one of our members, they reversed the drill, so it actually went backwards. And that's it. That's all it takes to blow up. One mistake, right? Okay.
So besides our digital influence, we've also made a big impact in public relations with our outreach projects. So as Alice previously mentioned, last year she was at a CERN camp in Geneva, where she got to collaborate with the international Ladybug FRC team from Turkey and the FIRST Global Ireland team. They collaborated together, filmed a video series where they interviewed different CERN engineers and what it's like to be at CERN. That amassed over 13,000 views online.
Yeah, and just want to add on to that, that represented about 18 countries in FIRST. So because we utilized that relationship with FRC Ladybug, because they are an international FRC team, we actually got to represent like 18 different countries around the world. Yeah.
Additionally, over the past 2 years, we've done over 20 robot demos at different community events in our local area. As I previously mentioned at the start, we have the Control System Poster initiative, where we've donated, with the help of the Thrifty Bot, over 700 control system posters indicative parts to new workies worldwide. And along with these being for sale on their website, we've also gotten them posted onto the official FIRST Tech Challenge and the WPI Lib docs. So whatever team you are, rookie, veteran, new veteran, whatever, anyone has access to such a valuable resource. Additionally, as I mentioned at the start, we've been the host of the Oak World Qualifier for the past 13 years. Recently, we started an off-season tournament that happens after the championship that we host worldwide. And then finally, last year, we attended the Swapposium conference, where a senior programming member collaborated with Celtex to talk about vision programming and April tag detection. And Alice and myself also did a presentation on documentation and the basics of the Open Alliance.
Yeah, and we'll be there next week as well. So. Okay, and in terms of building public relationships, So we're very active. Like I said, he's really active. We're really active in the online FIRST community. So FIRST Canada Slack workspace, Maple Kiddo's Discord server, Open Alliance, Chief Delphi. We often reply to interesting threads, share our opinion. We also do a lot of event volunteering. So for official FRC competitions, we have members volunteering for event photographer, control system advisor or CSA, field reset, as well as cure. And we also help other teams in our community. For example, 9098 and also 9562. So we help them out, and they're both amazing teams. So 9098 and 9562 both got rookie inspiration at a provincial level, so that's amazing. And helping teams in our community and also reaching out to local teams. So we do a board-wide kickoff event every single year so that teams that are within our neighborhood can come together, and then we can do the kickoff together and maybe have some discussions together as well. We also attend a lot of FIRST-related events, such as the Girls and Allies Youth Summit. We went to the Volunteer Appreciation Night and other off-season events. And by the way, the Girls and Allies Youth Summit is happening soon for this year as well. So if you're interested, definitely check that out. And for community outreach, like Craig said, we do a lot of robot demos in our community. And last but not least, we just generally love socializing with other FIRST people.
So how does taking public relations on our team more seriously directly impact our team and bring us success? So in 2023 at the Georgian College District event, we were graced with the FIRST Impact Award, which is our first Impact Award ever, and then by extension, it's our first team banner ever after 13 years. And that helped us qualify for the World Championship, where we also got the Gracious Professionalism Award, as I mentioned previously, which is our first championship level award ever. And then taking it back to this year, we ran it back at the McMaster University event, where we got the Impact Award and the Provincial Championship, and as well as the Humber College District event, we got the Engineering Inspiration Award, which qualified us for the championship for the second year in a row.
Okay, that's pretty much it for our part. And now we would like to open the floor to you guys. So what are some of your experiences or your comments on public relations? Does any of the teams? Yeah.
I find it really challenging to get anybody involved in that side of it. They all want to come in and they all want to build robot design and code, that sort of stuff. But trying to build that side is really difficult. How do you recruit people just for that side of the team?
Well, in the past few years, we've kind of just gotten lucky with we just had people who are interested in building robots that also really like doing media, managing social media. But I know in the past year, this year, we've made more of an effort to advertise to more non-technical sub-teams because while we've had success with media, last year we had 0 business members. During our end of season review, we talked about all the positives, how we improved in every single sub-team, except for business. So this year we've been making a much bigger efforts to try and recruit people for awards, business, media, just keep the team alive in these non-technical sub-teams that people don't really associate robotics with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So when you tell someone, hey, I'm in robotics, they immediately think of BattleBots. How can that be associated with social media, right? So for our recruitment posts, we also say robots, but more than robots. To really get people to know that, oh, we're not just, doing engineering and stuff. Yeah. Any other comments?
Yes?
I wonder how these efforts tie into the team's sustainability. Is there a relationship between having media relations systematically implemented and being able to sustain the team?
I definitely think so, especially stuff like the documentation wiki and the Open Alliance, because now, let's say, 5 years from now, we happen to have a game that's really similar to Charged Up. We can now review both what we did that season, because it was pretty successful, and what every other team did that season, and be like, okay, we can iterate on maybe these designs. You saw, you can see that a lot with differences between 2012, 2020, and 2022, where they're all fairly similar ball games. Or stuff like 2007 and 2011, where they both had large inflatable objects.
And also, I guess having a good public image out there, I guess you get more connections that could lead to potential sponsorship and potential more student recruitments, right? We get a lot of new members every single year, and I feel like there has been more recently.
Yeah.
Right, and I think it also links back to our social media page, which kind of blew up, not just within the FIRST community, also within our school.
Yep.
How do you manage maintaining your social media presence? It's a lot of resources. Do you have devoted team members? You mentioned that last season that you were responsible for a lot of that. How do you designate someone to that role, or a few people to that role, or does everyone participate? How do you make that sustainable through the season?
So we have one member, namely the media marketing lead, who's responsible for overseeing this entire procedure. But other teams are allowed to pitch ideas, especially the younger members who are more involved with online reels trends. They can always propose ideas, and then we can always do them. And for example, one of our reels that were posted recently, it was filmed at our outreach event at Oak Park Fall Fair demonstration. And basically, I just told people who were there to film these clips, and I'll put them together, and then I'll post them, right? So I guess have one person who's overseeing this entire procedure so that it doesn't fall off. But it might, especially during build season, might just be that one person working. So it is important to have a dedicated member. One more thing I want to mention about just in terms of organizing your social media activity is have a media calendar. It is a very corporate thing to do, but it will help you, because I personally procrastinate on a lot of the posts. For example, our Georgian posts come out 1 month after the event. So if you have a media calendar, stick to it. It will help you a lot. Yeah.
So follow up to that one. What protocols do you have in place for posting? Do team members post directly? Is there a screening layer in between there where a mentor will review posts before they go public? How do you just ensure quality, and also that perhaps any lines that might not be easily observable get crossed by accident?
Yeah, so there was one accident that happened. I'm not going to elaborate on that, but basically one of the stories we posted included someone who didn't
Foul language.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, not from our
right.
team, but it's on our social media page, so that's not very good. I guess it's mostly going to be the media marketing lead who's going to go through everything. So for our team, whenever we have anything related to social media, our social media lead or media marketing lead, this year it's Craig, is going to be there and responsible for looking it over and checking it. So our lead mentor is usually trustful with us. So as long as the media marketing lead is very careful with these kind of things, we should be good.
Additionally, for larger projects like robot reveals or event recaps, we'll normally send them to one of our media mentors as well, just the entire team internally before we post, just to make sure everything's good. For example, we filmed at a 1325's practice field. It's hosted in this really cool airplane hangar. It's an incredible venue, but because it's also a warehouse, they have strict filming requirements. You can't film a certain part of the practice field because that's the warehouse part. So we might have to clear all the clips through multiple people first to make sure that's not actually peeking through, because we wouldn't want to get banned from the field or anything.
Yeah, so we do have one mentor who's really dedicated to branding and marketing. So usually we do checks with him. In terms of reels and these lighthearted stuff, we don't usually do checks. But for official stuff, we usually check with them. Yeah.
It would be interesting to reflect or hear your reflections on how your marketing and outreach efforts have affected your relationship with your own school. Because not everyone does.
Yeah. I guess the biggest part would be recruitment efforts. I feel like when you don't have that social media, because for our social media page, a lot of the reels we do involve a lot of members, like just having fun. It is the team experience, right? We're trying to present to you what it's like to be in a family and a team, and I think that really attracted people who are more looking for fun experiences rather than just technical expertise. And also in terms of like sub teams that are not technical, we also got a lot of people interested in doing social media. We actually got a lot of people. I think I saw one or two people yesterday. Sorry, not yesterday, on Thursday, that were interested in managing social media and doing these fun stuff, because we actually got ourselves out there and showed them that, hey, besides robotics, we also do this. So I guess in terms of the school, it's more of just recruitment related benefits. It also depends on the people, the staff in your school, if they're invested in this, right? Oh, by the way, our outreach efforts and also relationship building efforts actually got us more sponsorship from the school board. So at this, I think it was HCDSB STEAM Innovation.
Our board
right?
basically hosts
Yeah.
sometime in March. They basically get all the STEAM programs from across the board. They host it at a different high school. We demoed a robot there, and we ended up getting
A new horizon.
yeah, a new basically the chairman of the board was there. He saw how cool our stuff was. We were able to secure a horizontal bandsaw, brand new, because of that.
Yeah. And one more thing. So for FLL, we host FLL qualifiers within our school board, right? And we've been hosting for like 13 years or something. And and that's like, that really shows our dedication to promoting STEAM within HCDSB. And that is one of the reasons why the number of FLL teams in Oakville increased by nearly 5 times over the past decade or so. So we see a very large increase in FLL teams in our region.
Okay. So we had a question slide, but I feel like most of your questions were answered by the previous one.
Yeah.
But if there are any outstanding questions, you can ask them now.
Yeah. I think that one of the reasons why that open discussion was kind of like there were no discussions, because I guess I personally feel like the media and marketing side and the public relations side of FIRST is kind of overlooked, right? There isn't too much emphasis on it, but when it comes to impacting the world beyond your team, because you already have that experience, you already have that privilege, but in terms of impacting other people around the world, it is very important to have public relations and, just be out there, right?
It's not a question, but more a comment. I would like you relate everything to FL. I'm an FL coach, and this is my first year, rookie year for FRC. I brought some of our members. I manage 4 FL teams. This is how I see grow the younger student into FRC world. And especially, when we first year, we don't have a lot of resources. I think the student get involved in marketing, media, that they know a little bit of everything. So this is very good.
Thank you.
That's it. This presentation.
I think there's still 20 minutes left, so if you guys want to check out other seminars, that would be great.
Yeah, we should. I have a question. One of the slides, it's not really